Guys, our next speaker will be Jessica. And Jessica Giuliano has had a book in her hands since her hands were strong enough to hold them. When she reads a good book, all she wants to do is tell everyone she knows about it. Today, she's sharing fascinating takeaways from one of the most moving and inspiring books she's ever read in her speech titled, Let Yourself Be Moved. Please welcome Jessica Giuliano.
Who here would agree that exercising is a good use of time?
Is what?
A good use of time. Great. Okay, Marlene's on board. I see people on Zoom are on board. Great. What's so interesting about this is that pretty much all of us agree, but at the same time, we might find that we're not doing as much of it as we think we could. That was where I found myself last year. I always thought of myself as a pretty active person, but I spend a lot of time inside working. And it's really my job that is an impingement upon my ability to get out and move more. So this year I decided to do something about it. I picked up this book called The Joy of Movement by Kelly McGonigal. Kelly McGonigal is a research psychologist who wanted to explore not why exercise is good for us. We know it's good for us. She wanted to understand why exercise can leave us feeling courageous and brave and powerful and hopeful, and that we can conquer the world. I wanted to know the answer to that too, and I wanted to feel that way. Let's start with the runner's high. Has anybody ever experienced that feeling after you've been working out really hard for maybe 20 or 30 minutes and suddenly you just feel like a champion? You can do anything you put your mind to.
Yes.
Yes, it feels so good. But what purpose does that actually serve us as humans? Research has found that this goes back to our hunter and gatherer days, where we had to move constantly to survive. We had to follow where the food sources were. Our human physiology provided us with a mechanism to reward us to keep moving. And that's why we get the runner's high. But you don't have to run to get it. You might feel that feeling when you've been swimming for many, many laps or cycling through the North Carolina mountains, like some members in this club have done. Or maybe you're reaching a personal best of your deadlifts. You can get that feeling just by conquering something for maybe 20 minutes or so. So use that as encouragement to push yourself to just go a little bit more, knowing that your biology is there to support you and encourage you along the way. What's also really interesting is how group exercise can have profound positive impacts in our well-being. Why does it feel so good when we're working out with a partner, when we're in an exercise class with other people? It's actually that we need other humans with us to get through this life, to support each other. So our biology, again, is supporting us. When you are engaging in activities with other people, it's actually a way to build trust. It's a way to build your community and your support network, which we need to thrive and survive, like Jaleh told us about with her beautiful tribute to her aunt. We can't get through this life alone. When we are vulnerable and moving with other people, we are building that community. What's even more fascinating too is that those positive impacts are magnified when we are performing synchronized movements with other people. That might be why classes like Zumba have become so popular. So keep that in mind the next time you're looking for a new activity to dive into. What about being outside? Does anybody feel like exercising outside is even better? Yes, it feels so good. Research has shown that this can be even more beneficial to people dealing with anxiety and depression. So if you are in analysis paralysis, like Peter told us about earlier, or you just find yourself ruminating on something and you can't get the worries out of your head, what research has found is that just going outside can take that away almost instantly. But why is that? Well, we do spend a lot of time inside, but that's not really how humans used to live. We used to live outside in the natural world, right? That's our nature. So when we are putting ourselves outside, we're connecting with the natural environment. And so our brains are actually trained to start paying attention to the nature around us. We start to pick up on different cues. And so your brain quickly changes track. And instead of thinking about something at work that you're really worried about or how to solve a certain problem, your brain switches and suddenly that goes away and you feel a lot more calm and peaceful. So if we put together everything that we've learned, we know that you can push yourself to go at least 20 minutes and try to get that runner's high and endorphin rush. You can benefit from working out not just by yourself, but with other people and doing synchronized movements. And even better if you can do it outside. But that's a lot of stuff to take in. And what I would challenge everybody to do is think about just one of those things that you can start incorporating. If you want to really be a good human being and take advantage of this, pick just one, whether it's outside, joining a group fitness class, whatever it is, and commit to that. But what's so fascinating about this is that our bodies were made to move. Movement is ingrained in our brain chemistry, in our physiology, in our biology. So if you just get outside and start moving, your body's going to take it from there. And that is going to be a beautiful way to experience more courage, hope, bravery, and strength in your life. So grab your sneakers, grab a friend, go outside, Toastmasters, and let yourself be moved.
Bravo, Jessica. Bravo. I'm going to assume that Jessica was part of Toastmasters since she was a toddler. That was some great speaking there. So thank you so much. Okay, so moving on to one of my favorite parts. Actually, it's all my favorite parts, the entire